Hey everyone, welcome to yet another exciting session from Simplilearn. In this session, we will be discussing the Windows shortcuts. Don't forget to stay back until the end of this tutorial. We have some exciting suspenses and homework for you guys on shortcuts. So before we begin, let me tell you guys that we have daily updates on multiple technologies. If you are a tech geek in a continuous hunt for latest technological trends, then consider getting subscribed to our YouTube channel and don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you can never miss an update from Simplilearn. So without further ado, let's get started with our one-point agenda, that is Windows shortcuts. Now the first shortcut key that we will be discussing is Windows key plus E. So this will be helpful to open your File Explorer. Now let's get back to the desktop and let me show you how it's done. Now I'm on my desktop, and if I would like to open my File Explorer, then we have multiple ways to do it. So I can just open Cortana and type in File Explorer. So here you go, you can just click on it, or you can also do another way where I have my File Explorer pinned onto my taskbar, so I can just click on it. So going to the Cortana or Windows and typing in or spending a click on one single operation would be a little time consuming. So to eliminate that, you can just type in Windows and E. Right? So this will open your File Explorer. All you have to do is hold the Windows button and press E. So this is one of our shortcut ways to open our File Explorer. Let's get back to our presentation. Now the second one in the list is Alt key plus right arrow key or left arrow key. So why is this shortcut used? This shortcut is used to switch the directories. So previously we tried to open the Windows Explorer. Now we will try to use these shortcut keys to navigate through the Windows Explorer. Now let's get back to my Windows Explorer. Now we are on my Windows Explorer, so let's open a few documents, a few more folders and everything. Okay, so we are in a folder now. So instead of spending a click to get back to downloads or this PC, you can use the shortcut method, that is holding Alt key plus left or right arrow key. So if you press the left arrow key, you will go back to the downloads file, and another plus will navigate you to this PC one. So if you press the right arrow key, then you'll get back into the BFS algorithm. So this is how you use the Alt key plus left or right key combinations together. Now let's get back to the presentation. Now the next one in the list is Alt plus P. Now there are situations where you have multiple files on your folder. So you want to just open a particular folder and you don't want to spend your time wasting on opening all the folders and checking each and every one if you had the right folder open or not. So for that you can use the preview option where your Windows will show you the preview of the folder you're trying to open, and this saves a lot of time. So let's get back to my File Explorer again. Now here you can see a lot of folders and a lot of PowerPoint presentation files, etc. So when you press Alt plus P, then the window will be opened, which will show you a small preview of your folder. Now let's get back to the presentation. Now the next shortcut key in our list is Ctrl C. So Ctrl C, Ctrl V and Ctrl X, these are the few shortcuts we are completely familiar with. Ctrl C is for copy, then followed by that we have Ctrl X, which means cut. Then followed by that we have Ctrl V, paste. And there is another option to paste, which is Ctrl Shift V. So this particular option is used when you're trying to paste the information from a different source without the formats. So what do I mean? So let me give you a small example of that. Now we are on a random website. So this particular website is based on Gradle documentation. Now let us imagine that we are again creating a new documentation based on the same. So we want to make use of this particular source. So we are going to copy this data and we are trying to paste it on a new document. Now when we try to paste the text onto the new Google document, you can see that the text from the website is being copied along with the format and all the links provided in this particular document. And we don't want any of those links or any of the formats existing in the website. So to avoid such kind of issues, what you can do is you can use the Ctrl Shift V shortcut, where you have to hold the Control key, hold the Shift key and then press V. So this particular method will eliminate all the formats, all the links which come along with the text from the website. So this is a very useful method followed to eliminate all the formats from your original source. So after Ctrl Shift and V, our next shortcut is Ctrl N. So let us imagine that we are on some window. So let's imagine that we are on this particular Excel file and you wanted to create a new Excel sheet, right? So there are a few methods to create that. You can go to File, then open the home page and then select the new option, which will give you an option of creating a blank workbook, etc, etc. So this is a little time consuming. So what if you wanted to create a new sheet right from your existing sheet just by using some shortcut? So that would be Ctrl N, and there you go, you have your new sheet readily available for all your operations. So followed by this, let's get back to the presentation for the next shortcut key. Now we have Ctrl plus shortcut key. So let us imagine that we are on this particular website and you forgot to bring your reading glasses and you're feeling it difficult to read the text. So then you can use the shortcut key by holding Ctrl and pressing on plus, which will increase the font size. Now if you want to get back to the normal thing, that is if you want to reduce the font size, then you can press Ctrl minus and this will reduce the font size. Let us imagine that you are in a hurry and you don't know what size your page is at. Then there is another shortcut key which will set the size to default as it was originally, that is Ctrl 0, and there you go, it's reset to the original font size. So these are the few shortcuts for zoom in, zoom out, and zoom to the default size, that is Ctrl 0. Now the next one in the list is Ctrl Shift N. So we have already known Ctrl N, which will create a new document, whichever it is, if it is a Word document or if it's an Excel document or whatever it is. Now, is there a shortcut key to create a new folder altogether? Yes, there is a folder shortcut key where you can just press N, Ctrl Shift and N, and a new folder will be generated. Now let's get back to my File Explorer. Now we are on my File Explorer and we have got into the Gradle folder, and all the important folders are right here. And what if you wanted to save your code? So let us imagine that you've written some code based on Gradle and you want to save it in the same Gradle folder. Now to create a new folder for your code, you might have to choose the right click option, then go to the folder and create a new folder. So why spend so many clicks on just creating one single folder when you have a shortcut where you can hold Ctrl Shift and press N, and there you go, you have your new folder, right? So this method also gives me another trick to rename your folder. So whenever you try to rename your folder, you might have to spend 2 clicks on that, or you might have to right click and go to the option of rename, right? This is also another time consuming thing. You can eliminate that by just selecting your folder and pressing F2 to rename it. There you go. Now let me rename it to Gradle Code, and there you go, it's done. So simple. Now what's the next one? Let's get back to the presentation. Yeah, the rename folder which we have done right now. So after we have understood how to rename a folder, let's continue with the next one where we have Windows plus Index. So this particular shortcut is for taskbar options. Now, yeah, let me show you how. Let us go back to the desktop. So now we are on my taskbar and we have all the starting ones on my taskbar, which is Windows, Cortana, etc. And the first one on my taskbar is Eclipse. So followed by Eclipse we have 2, which is the File Explorer, 3 is Internet Explorer, 4th one is the VPN. So what if I want to use Eclipse? So I don't have to navigate to my taskbar or pressing Windows and exploring it. And I can, instead of that, I can use the shortcut by pressing Windows and 1. So which will directly start the first one on my taskbar, the first application on my taskbar, which is the Eclipse IDE. Now let me close that. So we have understood how to use Windows and Index now. Followed by that, the next shortcut key in our list is AltTab. Now AltTab is something which will help you a lot in real time. So for now we are on my PowerPoint window, and let us imagine that we wanted to get back to our file explorer and we wanted to search for something. Let us imagine that's the Microsoft picture or GIF. Now we wanted to get back to our PPT, right? So for that you might want to minimize this, minimize the file explorer, go to the taskbar and see for the PowerPoint one and select it, right? Instead of that, what if you had a shortcut key? So just by pressing AltTab, you can switch back to the window you want, right? So now I wanted to go back to the Photos window and I wanted to go back to the File Explorer window. I'm doing all this by just holding Alt key and pressing Tab. What you're doing here is you're just switching the tabs, and that's how it's done. And we are back on my presentation again. Now the next shortcut after Alt Tab is Windows Tab. Now what is Windows Tab? So Windows Tab is completely similar to Alt Tab, but the only difference is it will show all the tabs which are currently active. So let us imagine that you wanted to switch to a particular tab and you don't know how many tabs are open. So when you press Windows Tab, then it will show you all the active tabs on your Windows screen, and then you can just navigate and get back to the window you want to choose. Right, so we are back onto our presentation again. Now followed by that, the next shortcut key we have on our list is left, hold and shake. So this is a little interesting. So what if you wanted to, see all the windows at one place, or you wanted to minimize all the windows? So you can just hold the left arrow key on the tab and shake it a little bit, and you can see all the windows are minimized, right? So that's how it's done. You'll have only one window active on your screen. Now followed by that, the next shortcut is Alt plus F4. So Alt plus F4 is really helpful to close the applications. So let us imagine that we are on the File Explorer, and if you want to close this particular File Explorer, then you have to navigate to F4. Now for some reason, let us imagine that our mouse pointer is not working and only source you have is the keyboard. So during that situation, you can just hold the Alt key and press F4 to close the application you're in. And the next one is Ctrl F4, which also does the similar job, but with a little change. Now let us go back to the File Explorer. Let us open a new PowerPoint window. So now we are on the PowerPoint window. So let us imagine that you are doing something very important and you don't want to share your screen. Or let us imagine you're talking with your friends and suddenly someone looks at your screen and they ask, what is this? So you don't want to share that particular, confidential information. So during that situation, you can just hold Ctrl key and press F4 and your application will be closed. It is completely similar to the Alt F4. Now, what is the difference? It did not close the application completely. Okay, you might say the window got closed, but let us try one more time. So we are currently on the PowerPoint. Let me press Ctrl F4. The slides have gone, but the application did not close. So this is the beauty of using Ctrl F4. So if you want to keep your application running, but you just want to eliminate the information on your screen, then you can use Ctrl F4. Or if you want to terminate the application completely, then you can use Alt F4.
If getting your learning started is half the battle, what if you could do that for free? Visit SkillUp by Simplilearn. Click on the link in the description to know more.
So that brings us to the next shortcut in our list, that is Windows L. So let me open the slideshare. Yeah. So our next shortcut is Windows L. So this is something really important and helpful and much used in the real life times. So let us imagine that suddenly someone comes to your screen and you want to stop your work and lock everything. Then the shortcut key for that is holding the Windows key and pressing L. So that will bring you directly to the lock screen. Now your Windows has been locked, so let me unlock it again. There you go. I'll be redirected to my welcome sheet. So that's how you try to lock your Windows. So followed by the lock screen, our next shortcut key is Windows plus D. So this particular shortcut will help us to minimize all the active windows and redirect us directly to the desktop. So let me show you how it works. Now let me press the previous shortcut key, that is Windows tab, and you can see we have so many tabs open right now on my screen, and currently we are in the Google tab. So if you want to just minimize everything down and just get back to your desktop as it is, then you can just press the Windows D, and there you go. All the tabs have been closed and you're right on your home screen. Now let's get back to our presentation. Now followed by that, the next shortcut key is Control Action Window. For that we'll be using the Windows key and the alphabet A. Now let me show that how it's done. So Windows D, and we are on the desktop. So the Control Action Window is something which is this one. Okay, so here you'll have all your notifications and all your messages and everything. So there's a shortcut key for that. So just press Windows and A, and there you go, you have your control center. Now followed by that, the next shortcut is Control G. So this is very interesting shortcut. So here you can have like everything on one place if you're a gamer, and if you want to record your screens, like there is a trend going on like where you'll be playing some famous games like PUBG and all, and you wanted to record your screen, so you can do that. So just press Windows plus G and you'll have your shortcut on the window. So here you go, where you can start your games, and you can also record your screen, and you can measure your performance and everything. So all together in one place. So next we have Windows plus Shift plus S, which comes handy when you want to take a snapshot of your screen. So let me show you how. So currently, let me try that. Windows S, Shift and S, yeah. So there you go, and let me take a snapshot of the screen, and it's been recorded. So why do we have this shortcut? Because if you want to use your sniping tool, then you want to navigate to Windows and sniping tool, and then you'll have that, right? This could be a little time consuming. So instead of that, just press Windows Shift and S, and there you go, your screen is ready to take a screenshot. That's how it's done. Now let's get back to our presentation again. So the next shortcut key we have on our list is the virtual desktop. For that we'll be using Windows, Control and D. So there might be situations where you want to have multiple desktops. So one desktop dealing with all your editing things, and another desktop dealing with few other browsing things what you do for regular, like Facebook, Instagram, etc. So you can do that. So you can just hold Windows key, then Control and D, and a new desktop will be created all together. So this is our existing desktop. So let me try that. And there you go, we have our new desktop. And in this new desktop, you can see no icons on the taskbar are active. All the active windows were in the previous desktop. So how to navigate back to our original desktop? Don't worry, that can be done by Windows, Control and arrow keys. So there you go, I have pressed Windows, Control and left arrow key, and we are back to our original desktop, and all our active applications are here. So that's the next shortcut that we are going to discuss now. That is Control key, left or right arrow key along with Windows. Next shortcut in our list is Ctrl Alt Delete. This is the very helpful shortcut which will bring you out of nightmares. So there are situations where your Windows gets hanged, so due to some random application which is consuming a lot of RAM, so it's not responding. So then you can press Ctrl Alt and Delete keys, and your taskbar will be active on your screen. Then you can eliminate any of the unnecessary applications like photos. I'm ending that. That's how it's done. Now the next one is a custom shortcut. So what's a custom shortcut? Is there anything that customizable in shortcuts in Windows? Yes, you can do that. Let me show you how. So right now we are on my desktop, and you can see that we have one shortcut on my desktop, and I use Tableau regularly. So I want to create a shortcut using my keyboard, using which I can launch my Tableau within seconds. So that can be done. So go back to the Tableau shortcut, right click and navigate to properties, and there you go. You have a row which says shortcut. Right now there is none, so you can edit it by holding Ctrl Alt and okay, let me take T for W and press OK. And right now you need to provide some administrative permissions for that, and it will be set. So that's how it's done. So currently in this particular one, the shortcut has been set. So now we are on the last shortcut key for Windows today. Now this one is a little suspense for you guys. So let us take it as a homework for you guys now. So all you need to do is press the Windows button and hold it, then press X. Then after that, release both the keys and try pressing the U key from the keyboard twice. So you need to do is press Windows button, hold it there, then press X. Followed by that, you can release both the keys and try to tap on the alphabet U for 2 times. Try this out and let me know what happened in the comment section below. So with that, we have come to an end of this session on Windows shortcuts. If you have any queries regarding any of the shortcuts discussed in this session, or if you feel that I missed out on any of the important shortcuts or your favorite shortcuts, then please let me know in the comment sections below. And until next time, thank you, stay safe, and keep learning.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.